Today I'm going to show you a card sketch with the pieces that I had posted earlier. A card base, a 5 1/4 inch by 4 inch cardstock or DSP, a 1/2 inch by 5 1/4 inch strip of cardstock, 2 1 1/2 inch squares, can be cardstock or DSP also, and then a 2 inch square of cardstock or DSP. And in my samples today, I'm going to be showing some of the 'Tis the Season designer series paper, and the stamps I'm using are from Itty Bitty Christmas. This has been out a couple of years. Well, I guess holiday catalog last year. Oh, it seems longer than that. But anyways, it's one of my favorite go-tos during the holiday season. It even has such things as to and from our house to yours. I'm going to be using No Peeking Till Christmas today. The last card I make, I'm going to show you how to change that into a gift card holder. So I thought that would be appropriate for that. But just a lot of good ones. Oh, what yum. If you could give baked goods or soup mixes, anything like that, that would be nice for a card or tag. So that's my featured stamp set. I'll quickly just show you this paper. It is a lot of fun. It's basically 2 shades of red and 2 shades of green with white. And there's all kinds of little patterns and shapes and images. So you can see it's a nice variety. You get 4 of each. And it's just been a lot of fun to work with. So I'm on my second pack. Okay, so let's get started. I'm making 3 cards with you today. And the last one I do, I'll change it into a gift card holder. I'll give you some quick tips for changing it into a gift card holder. So I've got my card base here. Whisper White, 5 1/2 by 8 1/2. I'm going to put this on this mat so you can see. On this 1/2 inch strip of cardstock, I'm going to stamp my sentiment, and for this I am going to use Real Red. And the stamp set I've chosen from the Itty Bitty Christmas set is Celebrate the Season. Now you can put this anywhere on that strip. I'm going to put mine off to the right end. Okay, here's a quick tip. When you're stamping, whoops, don't put it on top of that, Mary. When you're stamping something narrow like this, don't place it in the center. For one thing, you have better chance of getting ink all over your block. Of course, if you do that, you know you're pressing too hard, but I like to just tap it along an edge. Tap, tap, tap. Then I get the ink I need on the stamp, none on the block, and I'm pulling up ink from a different part of my stamp pad instead of just in the center. If you ever, oops, put my finger in it. If you ever see that your stamp pad is a lighter color in the center, that's because you're doing all your tapping and pressing in the center of the ink pad. So you're, number one, pulling up ink from that part, and you're also kind of pushing it out if you're pressing too hard. So just a little tip about that, but I find that very helpful to stamp around the edges of your ink pad. Okay. Next, I'm going to adhere my 5 1/4 inch by 4 inch piece of designer series paper. I think I need to move up a little bit. I'm going to adhere this at the bottom. I don't need a lot of adhesive, just a little at each end will do. This will be nice and easy to get straight because the DSP I chose has those stripes on. Okay. And now with my squares, I simply am going to put them like this. So that is your card sketch, okay? One tip here, I'm going to adhere my center square first, and I'm using dimensionals to do that. And I'm only putting the dimensionals at the top and the bottom, and you'll see why in a second here. I want to put this right in the center of my card front. I think that looks pretty good. Okay. And then it'll be easy for me to just adhere these, tucking them in, getting them even side to side, in the middle, that sort of thing. Okay, so that's why I put my center one down first. Try to get the top and bottom points lining up. And this point across from that one, straight across. And then I'll do the same thing on the other side. Now I've pulled out a bunch of embellishments that would work on these cards, but we're going to hold off on the embellishments till the end. Okay, so there you go, a really quick and simple card. And a very simple card sketch. You could do this with many different or really any cardstock and DSPs. Good morning, Dana and Amy, Sharon. I'm glad you're all here. We have a small group today. I don't know, are people sleeping in or what? Or is it just a regular Monday kind of thing? Okay, so let's do another one. Like I said, I have 3 today. This one might be my favorite, I think, just because I like that plaid. And boy, if you love plaids, check out the Plaid Tidings Designer Series paper, because it is full of plaids. Different shapes, sizes, colors, perfect for all the holidays too. Halloween, Thanksgiving and fall, Christmas, and great to use throughout the whole year because it's so versatile. It's just plaids. But I don't know, there's just something about this plaid from the Tis the Seasons DSP that I really like. Okay, again, I'm going to use Celebrate the Season. And again, I can put this left, middle, or right. I'm going to, this time, put it, let me think. I'm going to put this one in the middle, I think. All right, I'm going to give that a moment to dry. And while it's drying, I'm going to adhere the inside. Always do this when you're making the card. If your inside needs a white or a neutral insert for writing on, do it when you're making the card. Don't wait till you decide that you're using the card, because then it's not quite finished. Okay, I'm going to next add my strip. Just using that adhesive sparingly on that little strip. You know what? Should we change it up? I'm thinking maybe on this one we should put it at the top. Yeah, let's try that at the top. That just came to me. Because I always like to show you a little bit different ways to use the same sketch. Okay, I'll use some dimensionals for my centerpiece and put that in first of the 3 squares. Does anybody have this paper? The 'Tis the Season 6x6 paper? I love it. Now, one thing that you could do to jazz it up even a little more is to add some layers to these squares. For example, when I say that, what I mean is, one second here. Okay, I think that looks all pretty straight. What I mean by that is mat it on top of a piece of cardstock. So maybe the real red cardstock here and perhaps white behind this one, or even the cherry cobbler. The colors in this paper, it's kind of interesting because they use 2 shades of red, cherry cobbler and real red, and 2 shades of green, garden green and shaded spruce, and then they have a little bit of black in there for the images and plaids and different things, and then white. So really simple color scheme, but easy for you to play with too, and easy for you to use both shades of each of those reds and greens. Okay, so that's that. Be thinking about embellishments. You know, while we're at it, let me just check my chart here. Yes, 'Tis the Season Designer Series paper is on sale this month. You can get it 15% off, so you would pay $9.78 instead of $11.50. So these 15 different Designer Series paper, both some from the holiday catalog and some from the annual catalog, are on sale through October 31st, 15% off. And this one is on that list. Okay, now for the last one, we're going to change this up in a couple of ways. We're first of all going to make it a vertical card. There's my bone folder. Here we go. And I'm also going to show you an easy way to turn your cards into gift card holders. Oh, and speaking of gift card holders, the next paper pumpkin kit, the November paper pumpkin kit, is going to be gift card holders. I believe there's 15, so I'm really excited about that. So if you're somebody that gives a lot of gift card holders, and you are not a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, you might want to try it this time. I'm excited about that. I don't think we've ever done gift card holders. Okay, so here's my 5 1/4 by 4 inch piece of Whisper White for the inside. I'm going to put that down first. And then I've cut a piece of 2 inch by 4 inch Designer Series paper. And you can see I'm using all different kinds of patterns, but they all coordinate. You know, the mix and match thing is fun to do with this. I need to trim off a slight bit of this. But definitely you can mix and match with this Designer Series paper and have it look wonderful. Now I want to make a little pocket. The first thing I'm going to do is just cut a small shape out of, and you can use a circle, you can use, you know, pretty much anything you want. Just some kind of little shape. Not huge, but all you want is just a little cutout that makes it easier to pull out the gift card. You can also fold up some dollar bills or $20 bills, whatever you give. When I was growing up, my Grandma Bayless, for every birthday, you would get a card with a $1 bill inside it. So we still laugh about that, my brother especially. So when it's his birthday in March, I always send him a birthday card with $1 in it. That's our way of remembering Grandma Bayless. So there is a simple way to turn your card into a gift card holder. Now, if you decide you wanted more room to write here and wanted the whole white blank and available for you to do that, just put your pocket on the other side on the left side. Super easy. You can do it with birthday cards, anything at all where you want to enclose some cash or a gift card. It's super easy to do, just add a little bit of designer series paper or cardstock. Okay, I'm going to, don't need that this time. This time I'm leaving off that 1/2 inch strip, and you'll see why. I'm going to do something different. Because remember, this is the card I'll be using the, what did I say? No peeking till Christmas. Oops, I should have done it the other way because I want to be able to tuck in those other squares. Just like that. I'm not sure why I got this out. I was kind of playing with that earlier. Okay. Super simple prep for this card. You know, you're just cutting rectangles and squares. And it's easy for you to change up the card sketch or the layout, so to speak. You could cut all the same pieces and come up with lots of different cards. Now I went ahead and pre-die cut this circle from the Stitch Shapes dies, and I'm going to stamp No Peeking Till Christmas. This is one of those little stamps. You just tap it in the corner. Okay, remember to use all parts of your ink pad. And I do want to pop that up with dimensionals. Who do I see here? Sharon, you love this paper. I love it too. Well, hi, Sandy Blessing. Nice to have you watching. Good morning, Janelle. I'm trying to see if there's anybody else that jumped on since my earlier greeting. And I'm going to put this right in the center. Okay, now you can help me. Oh, you know what we should do with this? Maybe we should put this right down there just for another little bit of fun. Or in the middle. I'll leave it off. Good morning, Patty. I'm glad you're here. Okay, so now we have 3 different cards in which I use the same cutting dimensions and just changed out the layout for things. Okay. And I pulled out a bunch of embellishments that I thought would work nicely with the 'Tis the Season Designer Series paper. So I've got the red rhinestones, gold glitter enamel dots, the gold gilded gems, all the trimmings, embellishments, and the holiday rhinestones. So let's go on the first one. Sandy, I did hear that you had that you are recovering from COVID. I heard that from Sherry Parker. So I hope you're doing well, and I'm sure you're taking care of yourself because you're a smart lady and know what you need to do. But I'm glad that you get to have some time to spend with me. And Pam, welcome. I've missed you as well. Janelle likes the cards. Pam, you shared. Thank you. Okay, let's go to the first card here. What do you think? Any ideas out there? And I'm sure there are many, many more. Let's see, we've got some green rhinestones here. Okay, let's use some of these green rhinestones. And I think I'm going to put one basically on each side of my greeting. Like that. And I think I'll just leave it as is. We could even put some here, deciding if that would be too much. I think I'll leave it like this. All right, then on this one with the holly and the plaid, I'm leaning towards the gold. I use these a lot, so I'm trying to set those aside and do something a little different, but I'm leaning towards the gold. Does anybody have a preference? The glitter enamel dots or the gilded gems? I like them both with this. Let me know who's the first to respond. I will use your answer. Anybody? By the way, if you don't have the take your pick tool, I think you're missing out. I use this practically every time I am down here crafting in my room. Okay, thoughts? Gold glitter enamel dots or gilded gems? Amy says gilded gems. I was leaning towards that too. The gilded gems are just a brighter color, like more of a true gold than the glitter ones. They're both nice, but I think I'm going to do the same thing, one on each side of the sentiment. You might think of other ways to use these on this card. I think that's pretty. And then here's the last one. No peeking till Christmas. What do we have? These are a little on the bright side, I think, that red. Let's try the glitter enamel dots on this one. Oh, I just said that and looked up. Pam has glitter. You obviously wanted it for the other one, but I'll use it for this. I'm going to use, these come in, it's a little hard to get off. These come in 3 sizes, as you can see. Lots of fun to work with. I think I'll put it up here. You know what? I'm not loving that, are you? I'm not loving that on there. Ooh, how about these larger green? Yeah, I like that better. I'm going to do one there. And one here. And then I'm going to take, Pam, you like the red ones. They're all beautiful. They are. It's just a very hard choice, isn't it? Sometimes I think this might be overdoing it. I like a little bling. I don't like a lot of bling, but I know there's many of you that like a lot of bling. So there's the last one. So you can see that with those cutting dimensions I gave you earlier this morning, that it's easy to come up with various designs and layouts for your cards. So think of all the cards you could make with this layout and a package of the 6x6 'Tis the Season Designer Series paper or any favorite paper of your choice. I think this also lends itself to a variety of greetings and stamp sets as well. So that's our day. Oh, and don't forget that you can change any card for any occasion into a cash or gift card holder simply by adding a little bit of Designer Series paper and making a pocket for it. Okay, I hope you have an awesome Monday. If it's gloomy at your place like it is in mine, find some way to make your own sunshine. Be good to yourself. stay well, stay healthy. Sandy, I'll continue to pray for a smooth recovery for you, and everybody else who's been touched by the COVID illness. Any questions about anything? Dana says, cute and quick cards. Absolutely. That's what I love. Cute and quick. This is a time of year that we send lots of cards, or at least I hope you all are sending lots of cards, at least some, right? I know for many of you, the list is long. Some of us, it's not so much, or maybe we have various groups to send. And I just actually sent a bunch of Halloween cards out to some family members and my littles, things like that. And I've got Thanksgiving cards ready to go out to aunts and uncles and family members. And then I'll be working on Christmas cards. I'm looking to see. Oh, Amy, you're making pumpkin bars to share with your neighbors? Oh, wish I was one of your neighbors. Anyways, ladies, have a great week, and I look forward to seeing you again. Don't forget, we have our Designer Series paper sale going on through October 31st. 15% off 15 select Designer Series papers from the annual catalog and holiday catalog. So I think there's something for everybody in there. Have a great day. See you soon.